Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to the next reaction to Series 3 of the 100. As you can see, I have a new chair. I want to thank my patrons because you've been really helping me out over on Patreon, so I finally decided to get a new chair because I was using this one. So you can see it's just a random horrible piece of wood. It was something that was in one of my old apartments, and when I moved out, the landlord said, take whatever furniture you want because we're redecorating the whole apartment and getting new furniture in. And so I've had two of those chairs and this crappy table, which wobbles, as you can see. For years now, so I've been sat on that chair working from home for a year. Thanks to people helping me out over on Patreon, I finally decided to get a new chair. I built it last night. I felt like a proper man because I don't do a lot of DIY. I built those shelves as well from IKEA. Anyway, it's so comfy, and it's the old chair was hitting my back a lot, so it's nice to be able to sit a bit more comfortably. Okay, so to the 100. Last episode was Bitter Harvest, and the Ali storyline is starting to get really interesting because I know it had that part where we discovered that Jaha forgot that Wells existed or forgot who Wells was. And that kind of raised a lot of questions about why Abby is so successful, why so many people go to her and flock to her. And especially now it seems to be spreading like I want to say an infection, but it's not an infection, I know that. But it's purely because I've just finished playing Resident Evil 8, so that the whole virus infection sort of storylines are in my head. But yeah, it kind of showed that she helps them get over their pain by making them forget about their pain. So that's getting really interesting. The Pike storyline is still as frustrating as it ever was. So I'm actually really interested to see how that develops over the next few episodes, because at some point someone's got to stand up to them and put a stop to them. But I don't think that's going to happen for a while. We'll have to see. We also discovered about Polaris, and that was the 13th station. Or it was meant to be the 13th station, and it's now, or at least part of it is now, with the guy that's with Murphy Titus, and I think I saw somewhere he was called the Flamekeeper, but I don't really know what that means and if that's right. Is that the right term? I'm sure I read that somewhere because I was trying to read up on the events of last episode to clarify things in my mind about Polaris. I'm sure he was called the Flamekeeper, but I don't, like I say, maybe that's just a grounded term. I don't fully know the meaning of that, but maybe by the time I get around to editing it and putting this out, I'll have watched more to finally understand. Let's jump into this episode. This episode is called 13. Okay, so that's going to be more about Polaris and the importance of that, and because Becca, who's Ali 2.0, is on Polaris as well. So I presume it's going to be more about that. Hopefully someone will start to get through to Bellamy. I'd like to think that someone can get through to him soon because he's acting like a bit of a boob. And also maybe some more stuff with Miller and his boyfriend. I'd be interested to know about more of that dynamic. I just want to see more of Miller because he is pretty cute. Okay, let's jump into the episode, guys. If you enjoy the video, please let me know down below in the comments what you think, and subscribe to my channel for the rest of Season 3 of the 100. And there's a Patreon link down below if you want to help support me and help me ease the pain in my back with things like my chair. And I'm hoping to get a new desk at some point as well. And there's over on Patreon there is full length reactions to this episode, as well as every episode of Series 3 and most of Series 2 from when I started doing Patreon. Okay, let's jump into Series 3, Episode 7:13. I have noticed, as much as I wanted to see more shirtless Murphy, it's always when he's in some sort of trouble, like locked in that bunker, being beaten up here. Poor Murphy.
Now you've had time to think, shall we continue our conversation about this?
No.
I already told you everything I know the first 10 times you asked
What
me.
you told me doesn't make any sense. How did a sky person come to be in possession of our most holy symbol?
Holy? It's a corporate logo.
Yeah.
Wrong.
Not wrong.
This is the sacred symbol of the commander to whom I've dedicated my life.
What?
No. How did you get it?
She's a computer program,
Okay.
but I get that's hard for you to grasp considering you pray to garbage. No offense, obviously.
So I still think that the logo was on a building somewhere that survived the apocalypse.
More about this
Maybe they thought it was like a temple.
computer program that ended the world.
Come on, man, I don't have any details, okay? On the Ark, they just told us it was countries. Politics.
Big surprise, they were wrong.
Oh. Flashback?
Science log
97 years earlier.
138. The AI basal control module continues to malfunction.
Interesting.
She got out. She's on the grid.
Oh.
Tracking systems. She just got through the portal security. SATCOM in Omaha.
What is she doing? She's hacking nuclear launch codes. Why?
But how is...
Too many people.
How have they created things that powerful?
Send Allie's poison.
What's the point of Ali?
Through the web, do it now.
sure-
Kill her.
I'm sure this will all get answered soon.
10 minutes ago.
Ready for the United States.
Open the window.
Oh, I don't want to watch this.
I've told the crew to contact their families. If there's anyone you need to talk
Honestly, like nuclear bomb stuff really makes me sad.
Hey, can you put her on the phone with us? I want her to hear my voice. Please. Hey, baby girl. Of course. I'll teach you to ride it as soon as we...
Sorry guys, like, I don't know what it is, but like stuff about bombings and nuclear war is like a major trigger for me. Not war, but...
What have I done?
So this is Polaris, right? Yeah.
Those who live on within me, as I will live on within one of you.
The Nightbloods. Oh, it's Aiden. I think his name was.
Chamada Yudon Sisop Octavia come Sky Krugon Hanan.
I'm like hold on come war, Heda. Don't get leader, na sinin. Krypton de come on crew.
Fair enough. Oh yeah, I don't agree. I understand it.
What crimes? What happened?
Sky Crew attacked their village. Because their warriors were lost when your people massacred the army we had sent to protect you.
You strangers down.
Indra. You doing here, Indra?
How dare you bring this to me?
But this provocation is proof. Blood must not have blood has failed. All they can stop this now.
I didn't think it would work.
Clarke?
Clarke's opinion in
Go.
this matter is not exactly
The problem is if they fight back, innocent people are going to die, but it's a war.
Titus is right.
It happened.
I would do anything to save my people. You know that.
Make an example of the 13th clan. Show the other 12 what happens when they defy you. You got them back when you killed the Ice Queen, but the coalition is still fragile. If you don't act now...
Oh?
Today I call upon the armies
That's a nice
of the
transition.
12 clans to march on Arcadia. Not to attack,
Okay.
to contain. We will give them time to take out their leaders from within.
I think it's smart to give them a
Once
chance,
they rise up against them,
just in case
we
it
will welcome
works.
them back
Will it work?
as one of us.
I doubt it.
Now if the spirit of the commander will not protect us, then what will?
You mind yourself, Simmet.
One flick on Heda!
Dude. Did you really expect that to work, Sammer? Come on. The things I sort of agree with his points as well. Like the Grant just have a way of life that's been their way for like, what, 97 years near enough? To change that overnight is asking a lot of them. And whilst I agree with a lot of Lexa's decisions, I don't agree with how she goes about them at the moment. Like blood must not have blood, like I said at the start. It's a great idea, but it needs to have some groundwork laid for that to be a thing that people get on board with. What I do like actually as well is seeing Ellie not as Ellie, you know, well obviously before the human version of her. I think it's really
Step
interesting.
away from your instruments right now.
I own the space station, Commander. You don't give me orders.
I do now that I know the nature of your research.
You told him?
The people of the Ark deserve to know what we're working on before we bring it on board.
2.0.
Today, Allie 1 didn't understand what it meant to be human, yes, but Allie 2 will.
How do you know?
It's designed to interface with humanity on a biological level. It will understand the value of life by coexisting with us. It will know our wants and needs because they're its wants and needs.
I'm confused. Because like doing the biological stuff sounds like what Ali 1.0 is doing with the chips.
Killing it is killing us.
Actually, I've asked Clarke to stay in Polis as my guest.
Clarke, will you excuse us?
Okay. I don't think this is going to end well. I feel like these two are going to have a major falling out. He's going to work against her.
Her feelings for Clarke put both of you in danger. Your kill order must be fully enforced. If you care for Clarke, you will send her home. It is the only way that you will be safe.
Asked to cut off Kostia's head and delivered it to my bed.
Jesus.
And still, I let them into my alliance. I am more than capable of separating feelings from duty.
I'm going back to fight my own people, the people who did this to you. I'll fight my own brother if I have to, but I can't do it alone. One word from you and Trikru will...
You see? Even someone as slow and as weak as you can put me on my back. I should have died on that field.
Intro.
We all die. You can either do that here, feeling sorry for yourself, or you come back with me and get your revenge.
Revenge! I like the way she said that.
But so is this Polaris. That's part of our story, too. It was our 13th station.
My faith has got nothing to do with yours.
Trust me.
Actually, it does.
The end of the world. The mushroom cloud. That's why we had to stay in space. You guys call us Sky Crew, right? That's why. Polaris, as the story goes, was the only station that wouldn't join Sky Crew, so they blew it up.
It's a novel concept. Continue.
Anyway, I'm thinking that maybe this person, she somehow got out in time. Right, because look, here she is again. She's there, surrounded by all those, I don't really know what those
followers.
First, not bleeder.
Not bleeders. And there she is. This woman who fell out of the sky, right? I mean, that's just like us.
It's nothing like you.
Oh god.
Docking maneuvers because we have.
Was that blood black or is it just odd lighting?
Are you listening to me? One way or another.
It looks black, so that's what's in those vial things.
Now open the damn door.
So that relates to
Smoke this thing and get on with saving the human race.
Nightbloods.
I am saving the human race.
Okay, so she left on the escape pod thing. Went to Earth. She's the woman that survived, so Becca was alive somewhere.
Let this be a lesson to all Federation stations. God rest your souls. God help ours.
Christ.
I'm sorry. Don't be. You have to go back. They're your people. That's why
I like how whenever she's being nice, she got her hair down.
that's why you're you.
I do like these two as like a thing, but I also don't feel like they should be together because it's with the world that they're in. It's such a complicated world to live in, and about politics, and it's not like the world we live in to some degree where you can be on opposite ends of things and still have a relationship. Like on this world, everyone's out to kill each other.
A circle for every night player that died.
Uh-huh.
And the commander chose me.
7 circles. I thought you said there were 9 novitiates at your conclave.
There were. Can we talk about something else?
No, I want to know now. Tell me.
You don't have to talk at all.
That's going to be important for later on.
Hey, you're okay.
Please don't do that.
Grounders don't use guns.
Titus, what is this about?
Titus.
Sorry it had to come to this, Clarke. Truly I am.
He was trying to help you.
Right now.
Sky Crew weapon. In the hands of Sky Crew thief. She might even be angry enough to declare war!
Titus, what are you doing, man? How is this gonna...
Lexa.
Oh. Ah!
No. Help me get her to the bed.
It's like dead.
What have I done?
You're gonna be fine. Just stay still.
Black blood. Because Commander's have black blood. Okay. What are you doing, Titus?
Forgive me.
Jag är trying to bash your Clarke så jag kan äntligen.
Oh, Titus, you shithead.
Octavia comes Sky Crew.
Enjoy. Oh, look at that look in her eye, like, I'm a badass bitch. Come on, Indra.
I can't let her stay with her. No. No, I won't accept that. You're right, Clarke. Life is about more than just surviving. In peace, may you leave the shore until our final journey on the ground. May we meet again.
Titus, you absolute... I think it's safe to say dating Clarke's a bad idea. Don't touch her, you'll like killed her.
Must complete the ritual.
The symbol. That would be scary. That's that tower.
Radiation level critical. Radiation.
Commander.
I'm here to help.
The people in the painting. Oh. Ah! This is heavy. This means a lot.
Oh my god.
What?
What the hell?
Hell is that? Oh, it is that chip thing. Okay, good.
It's the spirit of the commander.
So she's now alive in the City of Light, right?
Take that Garasto down. Herasa down. May her spirit choose wisely.
Oh, piss off. That was a lot. Okay, so that episode was a lot of information, a lot to take in, a lot happened, and we got a lot of developments on the Ali storyline, which is great. I will probably say stuff wrong in my review, so please feel free to correct me politely, please, because it's the first time I'm watching. I'm sure the very first time you watch this episode, you didn't pick up on all the details straight away, so if I say something incorrectly, it's not that I wasn't paying attention, It's just that it's a lot to take in at once, and I need to go back and read the description or rewatch the episode and see how all the pieces fit together as I watch the whole season. So, the Commanders started with Becca. Becca created Ali 1.0. She got out of control. She blew up the world. We still don't fully know. I mean, they said that Ali 2.0 was going to fix the mistakes of 1.0 and she was going to be part of them on a biological level and help them with the arc in terms of knowing how to fix mistakes, food shortages, like fixing problems before they start that sort of thing. So why did Ali 1.0 blow up the world? Was that the same thing? Was she created to help them with that sort of stuff? And she realised the best way to save the planet was to blow the planet up. Well, to destroy humanity, because humanity are probably the worst thing that happened to planet Earth on the most part. Let's be honest about it. We've destroyed this planet, or are destroying this planet. That's a conversation for another day, but maybe she was created to help the planet. She saw that the best way to help the planet was to get rid of humans. Okay, that sort of makes sense, if that is right. So 2.0 was created to help the planet in a better way, to help survive, make humans survive. Okay, cool. So the question is, why does... So Becca came to Earth. Obviously, she escaped the Polaris in the ship. She became the first commander because she had the commander written on thing, and that's how the commander started. I get that. So the people that were living on Earth and struggling, she was like a messiah that came down from the heavens, essentially. That all makes perfect sense, and that's where the commander started off. Why has she got black blood? Is that to do with this chip thing in the back of her head? Does it because it's like a technology-based organism? It gives you the black blood rather than the red blood. I don't fully know, because if this chip goes from commander to commander, which sort of makes sense, the kids have black blood before they get the chip in because they're known as the night bloods. So I do need to know some more about that. I'm sure that will be explained as the season goes on, but it's very fascinating. But so they took the chip out of her neck at the end of it, and it had all that weird like tendril things coming out of it. So this is where I'm getting a little confused. But if I'm not meant to know yet, please don't tell me. I mean, I'm not reading the comments on Series 3 anyway, on YouTube, so I don't know why I'm saying this and I'm watching ahead on Patreon. But so Ali 1.0 wants to find 2.0, wants to find Becca, essentially. But I don't really know why, because it seems like Becca came to Earth, and she's the start of the Commanders, or is there two sets of chips going around? There was Ali's set of chips, which this culty one with City of Light, Becca's sets of chips, which is the tendrily ones. Are they the same? Are they different? I'm a little lost. But as much as I am confused with the little elements of it, it is fascinating and it's very interesting. It's very different to Series 1 and 2, which I think I like. It still feels very jarring to have this very human-based thing and this major sci-fi element introduced. I mean, you can argue that Series 1 had sci-fi elements with, like, they're in space on the stations, which I get, but it was all based on, like, reality and science, and we can get stations up into space now. We can have people living up there, and they come down to Earth. That all makes sense, and the ground and stuff is all based on Earth stuff, so fire, wood, sticks, all that kind of stuff. So to have this kind of weird sci-fi chips with stuff coming out of it does feel very different, and it is a lot to get on board with, but I am enjoying the storyline. And fascinatingly, for an episode that had a lot of flashbacks to the 13 stations, all about how the Allies have started, there was no scenes with like Jaha and all the stuff back in Arcadia, which was good. It was also good because it didn't mean that Pike was not in this episode, which was perfect for me. And no Bellamy, which I love Bellamy as a character, and I like him as an actor because he's beautiful. Yeah, not having to move an episode I think was a good call because I was getting a little too stressed with it. And I enjoyed the flashbacks. The flashbacks were fascinating. It was a little triggering watching the nuclear bombs go off because that just, for me, is something that scares the crap out of me. But it was good watching the backstory and watching the 13th station get blown up and how Becca was trying to save it. But watching her land on Earth, and obviously she's radiated, so I can imagine she didn't last for very long before she died, was spooky. Like, watching these people came out, they've obviously survived the nuclear war. Yeah, it's all very fascinating. I want to see more of the flashbacks to see kind of how she kind of used that power and how that kicked off the line of commanders. It may just be as simple as she was the first commander and she chose a successor, and thereon that's how the commander line started. But I want to know more about the Black Blood in particular. But like I say, if I'm not meant to know yet, don't tell me. The Indra stuff was cool, because I like seeing Indra as a badass. As much as initially I didn't take to her, I really like her relationship with Octavian, how they started to bond with each other, and how, like at the end of Series 2, Indra gave Lincoln the dagger to help Octavia, and there's other things that she's done which are probably against Grounder Code, because she kind of cares for these people now. So I like to see the fact that she's finally standing up, becoming Indra again. Let's fight this, let's do this. That's really cool. I'm excited to see them. And I guess the only thing to really talk about is the stuff with Titus, Lexa, Clarke and Murphy. I genuinely thought that Lexa was in this for the long haul. She seemed like that kind of character that, I mean, I guess you could argue that with Finn as well, that just had that much importance to the main characters and was such an important part of the show that she had plot armour, that she was going to be in it to the end. And unfortunately not, she's been bumped off. And I don't know how I feel about that, because I like that the show takes risks and it kills off main characters. It killed off Finn, it killed off Lexa. Who else have they killed off? I don't know. Like, at the start, like, you assume Wells is going to be a main character, and maybe Atom, was his name Atom? And they got killed off pretty quickly, so the show is not afraid to kill a main character, and I keep forgetting that, because it happened, like, it's not since Finn died, really. If it has happened, I've forgotten about it. Since a major character got killed off that wasn't like a villain. So to see Lex get killed off really shocked me and upset me, because I like a character. I don't always agree with her actions. On the most part, I did. But as soon as Titus brought out that gun and started waving it around, I was like, this is not going to end well. He doesn't understand the power that he's got in his hands. Grounders don't use guns, which we've known from the start. So I just knew that something bad was going to happen, but I didn't expect it to be that Lexa got shot. I mean, she appeared out of nowhere and got shot. But I think it's a good move for the show, because it keeps it fresh. Like when Naya got killed off, I didn't see that coming at all, because I thought she was going to be a long-staying character, at least for this season. I thought she was going to be a Series 3 villain, and then she dies. But the Series 3 villain at this point is Pike as the main villain. Yeah, I just did not expect that. It was really shocking. The show never fails to stop being twisty, turny, and I love it for that. As sad as it is to see Lexa die, because her and Clarke were sort of a thing, it's a good move for the show, it is. So that's what stopped me from being like heartbroken, because it's exciting to see what comes next, and how I think that's going to really spur Clarke on to, well, I'm going to say carry on with the blood must have blood situation, but it was Titus that killed her. It wasn't anything to do with Arcadia. However, you could argue that it was Arcadia and the situation with Pike that's led to the disagreement between Titus and Lexa. Yeah, the disagreement between Titus and the commander led to Titus waving the gun around, so you could argue that Pike's situation has led to her death in a very loose way. Like, 'cause it's not really Pike's fault, it's Titus' fault. Titus brought that gun out, Titus started shooting up the place. But maybe that's going to lead to them standing up to Pike a bit more, which I'm excited about. But it depends who the next commander is. I think it's that Aiden guy, because they showed him again very briefly in this episode. They mentioned him a few episodes ago. He's one of the Nightbloods. He's the next in line, I think. Aiden. So we'll see what he does when he takes over, if he takes over. Yeah, that episode was good. That was really good. It's probably one of my favourite episodes of the season so far, because I loved finding out more about Ali and Becca and Polaris, and that storyline. Actually seeing it happen was a good move, because it made things make a bit more sense, rather than just, this stuff happened in the past. I'm like, but seeing it helps me digest it. As much as I've got some questions about the chips and how they all work, and the difference between Ali 1.0, Ali 2.0, who's trying to do what, because the woman in the red dress seems like 1.0, but there's these chips that were 2.0. It's very confusing, but I'm enjoying it. So after this is finished, I'm going to go read a description thing of the episode, see if that helps clear things up. But like I say, please let me know in the comments if there's anything that I missed, and also if there's things that I meant to know at this point. Okay, really good episode, really strong, emotional, interesting, good developments, good twists. Yeah, I'm really excited to see what the next episode brings, which I'm hopefully going to watch today if I get time. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please let me know down below in the comments what you thought, and also let me know what was your reaction to Lexa's death. Oh god, can't believe it. I really can't. That shocked me more than Finn's death, because Finn's death was signposted that it was coming, and then he died. So it didn't shock me as much as this one just came out of nowhere. So yeah, let me know down below in the comments what you thought. As always, my name is Scott. I hope you guys are well. Take care of yourselves and staying safe. If you enjoyed the video, let me know down below in the comments what you thought. Thanks for watching. Take care. Subscribe for the rest of Series 3 of the 100, and I'll see you all soon for the next episode. Bye, guys.